Well, that's good. Thank you very much, Mayor Bloomberg. It's a great pleasure and a great honor to be here in a community that I know so well and have so much affection for. Let me begin by saying that I am very honored and very moved to be in the presence of so many Holocaust survivors. And being in their presence, it reminds you of what's important in life. And it reminds you of why honoring them is so important. First of all, it reminds you of the essential necessity for the survival and the strength of the State of Israel, which is something that we all understand deeply, and we need the support of those people in public office to make sure that that happens. And Mayor Bloomberg has been one of the foremost supporters of the State of Israel. And we need that at a time in which it also reminds us the presence of these wonderful people that suffered so much that unless you stand up very resolutely to the dangers that face us, then those dangers can consume us. And we face the danger in this world, and maybe because we're further away from September 11, we don't remember it as well, but we face the danger of the risk of terrorism. We face that danger all over the world. Israel has faced it at times on a daily basis, and America, of course, faced it with attacks here, the worst one being on September 11 of 2001. I was mayor at the time, and I was greatly concerned about the future of the city. And I remember saying, maybe more out of hope than anything else, the day that it happened, that this city will emerge stronger than it was before those horrible terrorists attacked us. And that was more a hope than something that I could say at the time I really understood completely. And one of the reasons that we have emerged stronger than what the terrorists did to us is because of the work of Mayor Michael Bloomberg, which is something for which he will always be greatly appreciated and loved by the people of New York City. And I personally thank him. Probably more than anyone else, I know what a difficult time he took over the city, how difficult it was, how tenuous it was, how frightened the people of the city were, and how much work had to be done to reestablish New York City. As the mayor, who had worked for 7 3/4 years to try and bring this city out of the devastation of crime, where we were before the crime capital of America and had become the safest large city in America, I worried daily that the city might be turned back to the way it was before 1993. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Simca illustrated it. This community remembers the fear and the worry and the crimes and the great fear of going out at night and walking the streets. And we had changed all that. And I was very worried it would go back in the other direction. Well, Mayor Bloomberg took over. He has done everything he possibly can to keep this city safe from terrorism. This city is safer than any large city in America. It isn't perfectly safe. We're still at great risk, but we are safer than any city that I can think of, and I do this almost on a daily basis in my work, so I know what I'm talking about. Mayor Bloomberg has made us as safe as we can be, and he has made certain that the crime reductions that we began have not only continued, but they've been improved upon. So in every way possible, he has made us safer. And we face another crisis today, a different kind of crisis, an economic crisis. It's not of just of the city, it's not of the city's making, but it's just as real and just as difficult as any of the other crises that we face. And we are very fortunate now to have Mayor Bloomberg, with the experience that he has, both in the world of economics and the world of politics, and most importantly, the world of New York City. We're very, very fortunate that he is offering himself for re-election. I supported him when he ran very strongly, was very relieved when he won. I supported him for re-election, and I support him again because he is by far the best choice for keeping our city safe, for keeping our city prosperous, for keeping our city strong. He has done everything I could possibly imagine and more to relieve me of the worries that I used to have when I was the mayor, that the things that I started would be compromised and changed and brought back to the old days of politics. That is just as much at risk right now in this election. And he has exceeded even my expectations for him, which were very high. There's only one thing that he's not done. One thing. When I was the mayor, the Yankees won 4 world championships. Now, in order to catch up, he's got to get reelected, right? He's got to win now, and he's got to win 4 more. He has taken every challenge that I've given him, met it, and exceeded it. So that's what I'm expecting from him. A world championship now, and then 4 more. And if you know Michael Bloomberg, you know he's going to try to do that. We are very fortunate to have him as the mayor. We were fortunate to have him as the mayor at that critical time in 2001, 2002, because he understood what was needed. And let me just, in conclusion, remind you of how much he and Police Commissioner Kelly and the police department have done to make us safer against terrorism. For us, or for many of us at least, it obviously is not something we think about every day. But they think about it every day. They think about it just about every hour within the police department. The problems they have avoided for us because of the attention they've given to it and the professionalism, only very few people know, but it's very real. And the kind of city we have now, with people able to walk around, feel safe, feel that they can do the things that we're supposed to do, walking around our city and being part of it, please do not take them for granted. They're not something you can take for granted. This city could very easily be taken back in a very different direction. It could very easily be taken back to the way it was with the wrong political leadership. Politics is important. It's important to our safety. It's important to our security. It's important to our prosperity. There's no community in New York City that understands it more than this community. So